Hello and welcome to the Practice Skills Assessment part number 1. Or part number I don't know. Anyway, we're going to be doing the practice skills for the CCNA Course 2. This is the wrap-up skills integration challenge, basically. There's a parts 1 and part 2. I've got part 2 already uploaded, and I'd love it if you check it out. So today we are going to be doing this one, and we're going to be doing it well. Dang right, right? Yeah. So let's give ourselves a little extra room here. All right. So firstly, let's do step 1, since step 1 is the first step. Complete a basic device configuration in HQ. Perform the following tasks. Disable the DNS lookup. Just grabbing my notes quick, since I already got it. You're going to have to go through and do an addressing scheme for all the different VLANs and interfaces and all whatnot. Or you could just follow along, and you could get the right answer that way too. But I would prefer it if you did the work, because it'll just help you long term. No IP domain lookup. Enter. Configure the device with the name shown in the addressing table above, which would be HQ. All right. Next, configure password encryption. Service password encryption. What's next? Assign the encrypted type of privileged exec password. Enable secret Cisco. Configure a message of the day banner. Done. Configure the console line so that the router status matches will not interrupt command line input. Line con 0. And you need to say, what is that command? Logging synchronous. All right. What's next? Configure the console to require a password for access. We're going to make all our passwords Cisco. And then login. Configure the VTY ports to only accept connections over SSH using the following values. Domain name. Okay, let's get out of this. IP. Domain name is cisco.com. The username is going to be admin. The password is going to be class. Excuse me. We're going to do the crypto key generate RSA. Yes, I do want to replace them. 1024. And we're going to say also, what was that one? Oh yeah, IP SSH. SSH version 2. Okay, so those are done. Now we just need to go over to the VTY lines and get those up and going. VTY 0 to 15. We need to give that a transport input SSH. That's the only kind we want. Excuse me again. We want to give the local or the login local command. That's going to use the username now. Anything else we need to configure for this? I don't think so. Let's move on. Okay. Yes, the paper crinkling in the background is my notes. Okay, so activate and configure the G01 and S000 interfaces of the HQ router with the IP address given in the addressing table. The G00 interface will be configured later in the assessment. Okay, so let's get out of that. Interface G01. No shutdown. IP address. HQ right there. 192.168.2.1 since it's the first address in there, and it's a /24. Okay, here we go. We need to give it a description. I almost forgot. Configure descriptions for these interfaces. So we've got a description of, where does G01 go? To remote a LAN. Okay, interface serial. IP address. Well, let's just do the description quick. Serial is going to connect over here to the branch router. Okay, IP address. It's going to be that 10.111. Whoa. /30, so that's the 255s, and then 252. No shutdown. Bring that sucker up. There we go. Configure the Southwest Building A and the Southwest Building A1, Southwest Building A2 switches with VLANs and trunking according to the values in the VLAN table. So first, we're going to add VLANs to the switch. Okay, we'll just bring this one down for now. Let's do the top one first. Okay, so VLAN what? Okay, VLAN 5, name office, VLAN 10, name counting. Whoa. Turn off my touchpad. VLAN 15, name prod. VLAN 50, last one, name admin. Okay, let's get out of that. Now I'll just do those same things again. Start with A1, like the sauce. Okay, VLAN 5, name office, VLAN 10, alright, what do we got here? Uh-oh. So what I just did is I named VLAN 10. I did not name VLAN 10. I named VLAN 5 twice. So I'll show you what I did. Do show VLAN. So you'll see that VLAN 10 is not there, and VLAN 5 is named accounting. So easy mistake to make. VLAN 5, name office. VLAN 10, name accounting. There we go. Now we got it right. 5 office, 10 accounting, 15 product, 50 administration. Got it. Okay, we can bring this one down. Next, Southwest Building A2. VLAN 5. All right, what's next? Let's see. Name the VLANs. Did that. Configure the links between Southwest Building A, Southwest Building A1, and A2 switches as trunks. Configure the links between these guys as trunks. All trunking interfaces should be statically configured as trunks. Okay, let's do it. So let's start with Building A. So let's see here. We've got Fast Ethernet port 23, 24, and Gigabit Ethernet number 1. Those 3 interfaces need to be trunked. Interface, we'll just do a range command F023 through 24, 23 through 24, comma G01. Yeah. Switch port, mode, trunk, enter. So those are all trunked. Okay, now we need to go and do it the same thing to these guys, except they just have one trunk line. Interfaced fast 023, switchboard mode trunk. And then building A2. Interface F024, switchboard mode trunk. Those are done. All right. Assign the appropriate ports to the VLANs. So this one doesn't need any ports assigned to a VLAN, but these guys do. So let's do the do. So interface we can do this. Interface F05. Switch port mode access. Gotta make it an access port. Switch ports access VLAN. Assign it to the VLAN 5. Okay, that should be it. So let's just give that a triple up arrow. Turn that into a 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make that a 15. And lastly, interface 20 right down here. Assign it to VLAN 50. Okay, we're just going to do that same thing on the other switch now. Over here. Interface F05. Switchport mode access enter. Switchport mode access VLAN 5. Change that to a 10. Okay, we got it. Now we're going to route between VLANs. Configure routing between VLANs on the HQ router. Use the information in the addressing and VLAN tables. So let's do interface G00, no shutdown. Okay, interface G05. Yep, 5. Encapsulation .1Q and assign it to VLAN 5. We're going to give it an IP address. This one's going to be 192.168.1.1. 240 subnet mask. Yeah, am I doing okay? I am doing just fine. How about you guys? Let's do the next one. And we'll change this. That's all we got to do. That's going to go to a 17. And we'll do 15. And this is going to become a 33. Let's do a 50. This is going to be a 49. Turn that into a native one. I don't know what else it would be used for. Okay, so that's done. Where are we gonna go now? Use the information in the addressing tables. We did that. Configure a named standard access control list that meets the following requirements. The list should be named block 15. Access list, IP access list, standard, and we name it. I got it. Block, slow down, 15. Enter. Prevent any host with an address on VLAN 15 subnetwork from accessing the VLAN 10 subnetwork. I've done this packet tracer a few times, so I'm not sure if it actually wants us to do that or not. So we'll do it a couple different ways, and hopefully we'll get the right answer. But I'll show you the way that it's saying to do it, and then I'll show you what I think the packet tracer has been designed to do. I think they've got a configuration error in here someplace. Okay, what else does this thing need to do? All their hosts need to be permitted. Right. So we're going to say deny. Let's see, 192.168.1.33, since it's that third subnetwork. And we are going to give it, oh yeah, it's a wildcard mask, duh. That's 15. Enter. Permit everybody else. Okay, exit out of there. Okay, so now we need to assign this. That's the tricky thing. I'll show you where to assign it first, and then so where it works properly, and then I'll show you where I think the packet tracer is wanting us to do it. So we don't want them to go to VLAN 10, so we're going to pull up the interface for VLAN 10. And we're going to show IP access group block 15 out. We don't want it getting out onto that interface. Enter. Okay, now it's working right. Let's back out. line VTY 0 to 15. This is where I think they want it done. So IP access class lock 15 in. Weird, right? Okay. Hopefully that works. After reviewing it a bunch, I think that's what they want. We'll see. We will find out together. Okay. Now, switch virtual interface SV configuration. Configure the switch virtual management interfaces on building A, building A1, and building A2. Use the information in the addressing and VLAN tables for your configuration. All switches should be reachable from hosts on other networks for the purpose of this assessment. Okay, there's a few different commands we need to do that typically we don't think about. At least I don't. First, we need to give a default gateway address. And for the VLAN 50, that's going to be that fourth subnetwork right here. Fourth subnet. 192.168.1.49. That's the default gateway for all three of these routers. Let's just give that a copy, and we'll use it on the next one. Okay, now interface VLAN 50, because that's our virtual interface. Actually, back out. Let's do a couple other things first. Line con 0, and we need to give this a password. Cisco login. Don't forget the login command. And then exit out of here, and we're going to give an enable command. Enable password Cisco. Okay, what's next? Let's do the interface VLAN 50. Now let's give it an IP address. I think that's all we need to do, right? Yep, IP address. 192.168.1. Looking for my notes. 50. Since 49 was already taken. Oh, of course, subnet mask. 240. Okay, let's get out of there. We also have to do the VTY lines. I forgot about that one too. We need to give a password for the VTYs. Line VTY 0 to 15. Password Cisco. Login. Login, yes. Okay, that should be it. Let's do the next one. Which one did we just do? Just did that one. Let's do the next one. Line con 0. Password is going to be Cisco. Login. Exit. Line VTY 0 to 15. Password Cisco. Login. Exit. Enable. Password Cisco. Okay. Now let's give it an IP address. Default gateway. Enter. Interface VLAN 50. That's going to be IP address 192.168.1.51. Why do I keep forgetting the subnet mask? Okay, exit out of there. That one should be done. And let's do this one now. Income 0. Password Cisco. Login. Int VTY 0 to 15. Password. Do a login command. Exit out of there. Enable password Cisco. Oops. Done the last one too, didn't I? Paste. Okay, IP VLAN. VLAN 50. Okay. I'm going to get IP address of 192.68.52. 255. 24D. Okay. Oh my goodness. I need a nap after this. So all of these are assigned to the 50 VLAN. Okay. They've all got their network addresses and they are ready to rock and roll. Now we're going to do the switch port security. So for the A1, we're just doing A1. They're not going to make it too hard on us, right? Why do I keep doing that? Configuration, interface, and we're going to do disable all unused ports. Oh my goodness, this is a typer. Range F0 1 through 4, comma, F0 6 through 9, comma, F0 11 through 14, comma, F0 16 through 19, F0 21 through 22, because we still have that trunk port we want to leave on, and then F0 24, turn that one off, and then the G0 1 through 2. We're not using any of those. Enter. Holy smokes, that was a long one. Just to give it all a shutdown command. Okay, so those are down. No red lights anywhere, right? Yeah, we're good. Activate port security on all ports that have hosts connected. Well, we know what those ones are, right? Range F0 5, comma, paste 10, paste 15, and 20. Enter. Switch port security. Enter. Okay, we got that going. Only allow a maximum of 2 MAC addresses to activate the switch. Let's read this again. Allow only a maximum of 2 MAC addresses to access the active switch ports. So we say switch port security, max 2. Switch port security. What else are we going to do? Configure the switch ports to automatically learn the 2 MAC addresses and record the addresses in a running configuration. Well, that's easy. MAC sticky. Switch port security. Configure the port so that if the maximum number of addresses for each port is exceeded, packets with unknown source addresses are dropped until a sufficient number of secure MAC addresses are removed. Notification that a violation has occurred is not required. So that would be violation protect. Enter. So we can bring that one down. Configure routing on HQ and branch. Ta-da. RIP version 2. So those two guys, huh? Okay. Router RIP version 2. Okay. We want to make it so that all the different ones are available. All different VLANs. Or all the different LANs, rather. Okay. So to do that, let's give it the network command. Network, we want to do this network on this side, and then this network on that side. And then this one as well. So 192.168.1.0. And we're going to just do an up arrow, and we're going to say 2.0. And this is going to be a 10.1.1.0. Be sure to use the version of RIP that supports classless routing, and that is the version 2. Prevent RIP from automatically summarizing networks. No auto summary. Configure RIP to automatically send the default route that is already configured on branch to HQ. Well, I don't have to do that because I'm not on HQ. So I think we're done. Let's get out of that. And let's do it on branch. Router RIP version 2. Network. So now we have to list the various networks we want to share about and share to. So we'll do the 10.1.1.0 network. We'll do the 192.168.3.0 network. Whoops. Network. And then we'll do the 209.165.200.224 network. Got it. All right. Now we want to prevent RIP from automatically summarizing networks. Comes out so easily, doesn't it? No auto summary. Configure all LAN physical interfaces such that RIP updates are not sent out to VLAN. So I forgot to do that in the last one. We'll get that. We'll get there. So this interface right here, and we can figure out which that is by doing a do. Since we're in that configuration menu, we have to press the do. Do show IP interface brief. So we've got 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, and one of them's up, one of them's down. So it looks like it's a G00. So we can say passive interface is going to be the G00. Enter. And then we're going to do the default information originate so it'll share that default like that. I think we're good. Router RIP. Whoa. RIP. Passive interfaces are going to be the G00 and the G01. Okay, done. So we're on HQ now. Configure NTP and Syslog server logins on HQ. Let's do the NTP first. So NTP server. What do we got here? Oh yeah, gotta get it first. NTP server, and then we gotta give it a server. Configure HQ as an NTP client with this as the server. Enter. Okay. So that's our NTP server. activate logging and debug timestamps now. So we do that service timestamps. What do we got here? Log and debug. Just hit the tab key. You don't even have to type a letter. Okay, that's done. Configure Syslog to send debugging level messages to the admin logging server. So logging is going to go to 192.168.2.10 as well. And we're going to do logging. What do we got here? Trap. Debug level messages. Trap. Debugging. Enter. Yep, I think we're done there then. Okay. Address the hosts that are connected to Southwest Building A1, so they have connectivity to the IP address of the web server on the internet. Use the information provided in the addressing table. Alright, so we're on Office 1. 92.168.1. Let's just do a copy paste here. For that guy, let's give him a 2. Subnet mask 240. Default gateway of 1. Enter. Where am I going? Oh yeah. Okay, so for production 2, it's on the second subnet, or production 1. So we're going to give him an address of 18. So 240. And that is a 17, because he's on the second one. Number 3. For the third, we're going to give him a 34. 240. 33. And lastly, for this guy. Oopsie daisy. We're going to give him a 50. Give him a 55. Not 54. Make them all even. Default gateway is going to be 49. That's all we need to know about that. Okay, so we should be able to access the web server now. Let's do some troubleshooting. Ping 198.51.100.100. Please work, please work, please work. Yes. Okay, that worked. Let's try to remote into these Southwest Building A. Telnet 192.168.1.51, I believe. So we gave him Cisco. Yes! Enable Cisco. Ta-da! Okay, so that works. We can telnet into that. Can we SSH into that guy? See if we can get SSH going. Class. Warning, no touching my stuffy. Enable Cisco. Sweet, we're in! We own this thing. Let's see if we can ping this guy over here from him. Ping 192.168.3.10. Hey, cool. It worked. Yep, worked there too. Worked on both of them. Okay, guys. That's going to be it. Let's see if we can turn this bugger in and get some points. Because I like points. Now we just wait. Just gonna wait. Come on, baby. Come on. See, there it went. Oh, 96. I bet you it's that VT line. Yeah, it's that ACL. See? It doesn't want it. It's, yeah. Oh well. But everything else is right. Everything else is correct. So the way they tell you to do the VLAN is not the way that the VLAN they're scoring it. So that's wrong. That feels bad. That feels really bad. Oh well, maybe you guys can give me some suggestions. Teach me something. I don't know how to fix that. Oh well. Talk to you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. Comment below, especially with the answer for this mystery. And then also, please subscribe. You guys are awesome. Have a great time. Peace.